Fellas, have you guys ever had an ad in your ad account where you took decent spend but just didn't convert? Could have gotten, negative returns, break-even returns, but it just got a bunch of clicks and didn't convert. Sometimes it's not because of your ad, unless you do clickbaity stuff. It's what happens after they click on the ad and go to the page. So a lot of brands, the issue is they'll just send every single customers to the general page, and that could be, product page or a landing page, and that could work. But the issue is every single customer that goes through don't go through the same journey. So what I mean by that, your ad might have a certain angle, your landing page has a different angle on it. It makes sense why it didn't convert then, because what happens is it creates a belief gap. What do I mean by that? So the job of the ad is really just to get the right attention and then give people enough information to be able to click on the next step, which is the page. But the problem now is that your ads, if you send them to the wrong page, they don't have enough context, they don't have enough information to fully convince a customer on why they should purchase in the first place. In that case, they land on the site and they don't purchase, you just spend money on that click and you wasted it, right? That's where Prelanders come in. So in case you have ads where, it took spend, didn't convert, some cases for us as well, even if you paired an ad that didn't get any spend with a congruent landing page, it could just become your new winner. In a lot of cases, you guys are wasting away your potential winners just by not testing your Prelanders. And what's surprising is a lot of 9-figure brands are aggressively testing landing pages as well. I'll show you guys some examples in this video. Surprising, right? It makes sense, because if you had an ad and you was a winner, to double your spend. If you had a winning landing page as well, double your spend again, it's double the growth. The job of the Prelander is to give a customer enough context, enough proof to educate them through the whole journey. So by the time they land on the next page, product page, they're already convinced to purchase. So in this video, we're gonna deep dive into how do we identify these belief gaps, how do you then create landing pages for them, what landing pages to create in order to then revive our ads, create more winners, and really just go back to chat scaling. Let's jump in. Alright, so first thing, why going straight to the product page or a general page isn't the best move. Most brands, like we talked about, just send it to a product page or just a general page. They believe they tried out some landing pages maybe and they think, oh, it didn't work for me, it will never work. Product page is the best. In a lot of cases, your ads can perform even better, but you just didn't get the right page down. And sometimes, not sometimes, but a lot of the times, you guys get ads with decent amount of spend, the ROAS isn't there. Or for us, some cases, ads that didn't get spent at all, just sent to the wrong page and it could have become a winner. Imagine the potential amount of winners you could have had doing this. So it's just because that your customer wasn't nurtured enough before landing on your product page. They need more information before they purchase. So that is what we call a belief gap. They were slightly interested, but when they went on the site, they just didn't find the information they want. They clicked off, forgot about you already. Right? You wasted the attention. Your job is to figure out what their gap is, address it in your Prelanders by giving more proof, clarity, and context. This is an example. You target some boomers, they go on your site, they don't know what the hell they're actually trying to sell. They try to identify themselves in the Prelander. You talked about back pain in your creatives. They go on the landing page. The landing page talks about just pain in general or brain fog. Totally unrelated things or just not specific enough to their scenarios. Right? So how do you then do that first? So we need to first understand the customer journey that people go through, right? So the customer journey is just the journey a customer takes from watching an ad to buying. The most general one is awareness, consideration, and goes down to loyalty. So there's a few layers to this, right? Awareness is when people see your ads first, they know about your brand, cool. Consideration is when they want to think about it already. So you implement Prelanders. The next step is just purchases. Of course, it goes deeper than that. Awareness, for example, can be broken down into the stages of awareness, which I'll cover slightly because we need this information to know what Prelander we want to create as well. Besides that, you need to know that no one clicked on your ad because it looked catchy and got a click. Unless you do clickbaity stuff, then yeah, but those things will never convert. Let's take that out of the equation. Right? They saw something in your ad that they felt the value was good, it's undeniable. But the value is communicated entirely through the ad, straight to the product page, it can perform well as well. However, if not all the case this works well, it could be communicated even better through a landing page. In other cases, some buyers just need more belief before they're ready to purchase, especially if it's something more expensive or health-related items. If it's something like simple hoodie, it's pretty straightforward. Then you send it to a product page as long as the ad is good enough. Some products just need more education. And I'll show you some examples of what pre-lenders look like and what brands do that, what type of brands run these as well. But when there's hesitation, confusion, and people just not sure at all, that's when pre-lenders come in. Pre-lenders, the whole job of them is to identify what stage the customer is in, what is their avatars, what's the desire, the exact same targeting in your creative. It's what should be in your pre-lender as well. So it's very congruent from ad to the landing page to the purchase. So pre-lenders actually can't fix shit ads. Yes, you can help optimize underperformers and double down on making more winning ads. Sometimes your ad is just shit. That's the reality, right? Okay, so now we understand why pre-lenders are important and where you should actually implement them. What can actually pre-lenders do? So let's say brand one over here, simple, right? The pre-lender builds belief, the pre-lender educates the customer compared to brand two, right? Obviously, brand one is going to win all the time because it's more education, the customers know about the product even better, they can identify themselves even better. Brand one is going to win. Why? What can you do on the pre-lender, right? So pre-lenders, there's multiple things you can do and there's multiple types of pre-lenders. Let me show you some examples. So an example here is an advertorial. Advertorials pretty much just look like they came out of an article. This is a popular one for a lot of people who run health because it's better for people who don't really know much about the product yet. So it's just written like a news article style. It's like recommending why you should actually solve your pain problem, what can actually solve your pain problem, etc. You see a lot of direct response brands like Neuro, they like to do a lot of these advertorial styles, right? But the other one that's popular as well is a listicle. Listicle pretty much is just a few reasons why you need to purchase, right? Reason 1, reason 2, reason 3, 4, 5. Of course, besides these are the most common ones, there are a bunch of different variations as well. There's no magic format or whatever that's going to convert the best. I'll show you in the next slides of when you should decide what type of pages that you should actually create. But going back to what can you do in the pre-lender to convince someone to purchase even more? So the first thing is to expand on the unique mechanism behind your product. Right? What makes you stand out? In the product page, people really care about just the top of full section. So what does that mean? So if you land on the product page, the first thing top of all you're going to see is just this. It's the product, the color options, the price. People don't really scroll down the bottom of all. The top of all section is what matters the most. So they look at this and they're not going to be intrigued to scroll down to figure out why is this product better. Whereas if you create a listicle, let's say Hexat here. Hexat does what your other pens don't. It creates intrigue, and then before even showing you the price, you need to scroll down to get to the price, right? So you need to actually read through all of this first, and it educates you on why it's actually better. It's how you position yourself. Along with a whole different amount of things, right? You can deepen the customer's pain points, explain the cause of inaction, show proof that it works. Let's say advertorial, for example, here. Oh, what's the pain point? Where does your foot pain actually start? Did you know that all the other solutions you tried didn't work because of some reason? But this reason, this new mechanism we have in our product works because it does something yours doesn't. How do I stop it for good? What's the root cause? The type of things that they all go through. So hopefully you guys understand more important why pre-lenders are necessary for a brand. But there's no set rules for pre-lenders because if you do enough customer research, it will tell you what's relevant for your customer. If you're selling to Gen Z, they might not read super long form advertorials. Whereas if you sell to older demographics, they might want to. So then what makes an effective pre-lender? Now you know that why it's important, right? So the easiest framework to think about this is it's built on congruency. It continues the story your ad has already had started. So in this example over here, right? Super simple breakdown. If your ad creative says that it helps with lower back pain, the pre-lender just states 5 reasons why heat therapy works better than stretching for a lower back pain. It is congruent from the ad creative to the pre-lender. If you had a general pre-lender that says wellness hack of 2025 or it's just irrelevant angle, it makes sense why it won't convert. The customer will see themselves in the ad then. They educate more. This heat therapy, the scenarios that they're going through in the pre-lender relates to the scenarios that I've been through. What if this doesn't work for me because of certain reason? The pre-lender actually covers examples of where it worked for my scenario. So then it's congruent It expands on the unique mechanism. It explains why our product is superior to the rest. It instills new hope in people, deepens the pain point, positions it as the only solution. Whereas if it was like an irrelevant Prelander, they can see themselves in the ad, they can see the scenarios they've gone through, they feel like it's just not made for them. They click out. So the whole point of it, the easiest way to think about it is just congruency. There's a lot of frameworks around this. I think the best advice to simple it down from your ad, if I were to show someone from your ad a landing page, exact same angle, exact same landing page, same angle on the landing page. Like I said, if it's not congruent, they're going to feel like they landed on the wrong place. It's not for them, they'll bounce. And how do you actually figure out this congruency? Through understanding your customer, not just copying competitors. It's a popular one, right? People like to go to Funnelish or Neuro, these type of brands, and just copy what they're doing. What works for them may not apply to you. Because your customer journey is very, very different. Besides that, is knowing your current ad that's working well, could be as well. What customers are you targeting? What desires are you targeting? Create a landing page specifically meant for that. So it all comes down to research and analyzing what is working well for your current ad. There's a language with customers, and their experience will tell you everything you need to write. Because yes, writing a lot of text is a bit complicated. What do you actually put inside? It's everything the customer tells you. For example, in this listicle, right? What do customers care about the most? Lifetime replacements. Oh, great, I'm going to put that first. What else do they care about? They keep mentioning, these are the things that you should list out. Of course, it's not the only style of advertorial, other styles of Prelanders you should do, but this is just one example. Okay, so what they're feeling, fearful, doubtful of, and struggling with, now you have the chance to address all these concerns even deeper. So it's something like sales, right? It's a whole job of the Prelander. In sales, you call it slaying zombies. You want to make sure that they have zero doubts, so when you ask them to purchase, they'll actually go for it instead of saying, I'll think about it. In the Prelander, you want to get into the head, right? Understanding them better than they understand themselves. Before they even think about why they shouldn't, you already have a point that says, oh, this actually solves your specific scenario. Then you eliminate the zombies from there as well. Right? So when you actually create the urgency for them to purchase, you'll be like, it's made exactly for me. I'm going to purchase. I'm convinced. Right? So this is how a Prelander bridges the exact belief gap your customer has. They think it might not work for them for a specific scenario or reason, and you list it out in the Prelander, you eliminated that zombie, they're going to purchase from there. Okay? So with that said, I have a bunch of Prelander examples here for you guys, just to show you. A lot of these 9-figure brands are all running landing pages. Rich Wallet, not really a supplement health brand, but they're still running a lot of listicles, even for rings. Free lifetime replacements, colors, everything, convince people why these rings are the best. Same thing for their luggage cases. Made for better travel. Same thing, convinces people what is good. Okay, Prelander, what's included, etc. Next, AG1, mainly landing pages as well. Okay, convince them, why they need their daily nutrient boost. And it convinces them, it has all this sort of stuff it helps you with, it's been clinically trialed, that's a doubt people have. Offer, what else do they have inside here as well? Of course, people are concerned about taking supplements, FDA back, it's clean, whatever it is, social proof as well. All these things you can cover in your Prelander to slay all these zombies. What other brands we have? Rice Superfoods. I think I saw a post where they were allegedly doing like 365 mil a year, like $1 million a day. Huge, right? What are they doing? Same thing. It's a bunch of landing pages as well. Hear your body and mind. It goes down to educate why their product is good, what does it have inside, the flavors inside, social proof as well. What do we have inside? What makes it good? About us as well. Then if you click on the try rice today, or even on these other pages, you have to go on the landing page first, read everything, click on the click on the next button, then you go to the product page afterwards, then you buy. What else we have? Mud Water, popular brand as well. Same thing, energy and focus without the jitters. If that was your ad angle and you go deeper into it in the landing page, in more detail, they'll be convinced. Okay, what else is inside here? With all these things, if you want, this product does what, social proof, etc. Right? It's a bunch of different, you can notice that all these landing pages don't necessarily look the same. And that's fine. Like we said, what to include inside is just based on what your customers really care about. So for all these brands, they are, of course, the 9 figures already. They know the list of importance. That's what they do. Hexclad as well. Not a health product now. It's literally just pants, right? Same thing, listicle. Why is our product expensive? Yeah. Why is it better than your current pants? And it explains. It's better because, one entire meal with one pan. Okay, social proof over here as well. Explains more reasons why. Okay. Then you click on it, purchase, that's all. Cereal, Magic Spoon, popular one as well. Mainly landing pages also. You go to their site, it educates you on why their product is better, as protein, keto friendly, all these type of things before people can even have the option to purchase. So a lot of these brands are doing Prelanders for a good reason, right? It helps the user journey a lot, and people think, hey, if I add extra step there, it's a friction people won't purchase or more things people won't read. Understand this. There is never too long, only too boring. If you targeted back pain in your ad and then in your advertorial or landing page, whatever it is, it's back pain as well to the same exact avatar. They can identify themselves in both the ad and the landing page. The scenarios you put out are exactly the same. They go through day to day. They're going to want to read every single thing, right? So that's the job of how customer research plays into both the ad and the landing page. If they can identify themselves in both places, from the grabbing their attention to when they want to make a purchasing decision, they're going to have a high likelihood of converting. That's how you think about the Prelanders. So in that case, what Prelanders to actually make? I've shown you guys a few examples of what landing pages there are already. Here's a very simple chart to go through. What landing page you should send people to is based off their stage of awareness. If you remember the chart I showed you guys earlier, let me explain it to you a bit first. Okay, shout out Eugene Swartz, the homie, trying to figure out how to use mirror board, guys. Okay, so if depends on what traffic is going to the page, on what type of page you should create for them. It's always tailored. If you were just doing a 50% off discount code ad, what's the point of trying to convince someone to purchase from there if it's just for people for retargeting or whatever? You send them, it's most aware. Send them straight to the product page to purchase. Easy enough. But what if they start from the highest level of awareness, they're unaware, which means you're trying to convince someone who doesn't even know they have a problem to purchase. They don't even know if they have a problem. You need a ton of education on them. Usually it's advertorials. Problem aware. People understand the problem, but not the solution. You know you have back pain, but you don't think you need to solve it. What if I tell you that if you don't solve it, you're going to have a bunch of issues later down the line, whatever. Obviously, you need more education, you need to poke into the emotion, etc. Solution aware, simple one. Back pain, solution for you. Or back pain, solution for you. The landing page you send it to, it's going to be educating you on, maybe it could be why this product solves your back pain. Even deeper, why is it better than other products that you've tried? And product aware would just be then people know about the type of product. They know you sell a back pain massager. Why are you the best? Right? So that's the stage of awareness explained. And besides that, going back to what type of pages you should create. Okay. So, as a general rule of thumb, the less aware your audience is, the more your Prelander should feel like an editorial. Usually, the longer it will be to educate them, build belief, and bridge the gap. So, if let's say, why do we need an editorial? Why does it work well for unaware audiences? Because editorial basically is more storytelling instead of a hexclad 5 reasons why. An editorial tells the whole story. Oh, this was me. I had this problem as a former college tennis athlete, whatever. It goes through the whole storyline of how they went from pain, they figured out their pain, found the solution, the mechanism that actually worked for them, long term, what's the root cause. These kind of things, it goes through in more detail. That's why you need an editorial. If someone doesn't even know they have a problem, if you send them to the product page, they're not going to have a clue of how this helps them. So usually unaware, problem aware is where an editorial really shines. Whereas solution aware, and you're product aware, you're already looking for a solution for it. It's where you want a LP or a listicle. Solution aware. What does that mean? Hex that. Okay, I know I want better pens for health reasons already. Hex that does what your other pens can. Or it can be that you don't want your pens to really cook, to stick. There's a solution aware. Okay, hex that does what your pens don't. Why? Same thing, product aware as well. Okay, great. It's product aware. I was looking for other pens already. Then how's this pen better than the rest? It does what your other pens can. Makes sense, right? And the last stage, most like we talked about, is just going to be your product page. So a few examples here, just to recap again. You have these stuff, listicles that can work well, even for non-health products, as long as they are solution aware, product aware, it can work. 5 reasons why you need this. Hexlet does the same thing as well. 5 reasons why you need, Hexlet, or whatever it may be. Well, as you can even do pages where it's, let's say it's solution aware. What are they looking for? Daily nutrient boost for general health. Why are they looking for that? You can cover as well. You want focus, energy, whatever, immune system. It's super clean, tested. Don't need to worry about it. In fact, we give you a discount. We show you our proof, and all the other people who are famous using our product, trust us, right? This is what I mean by building belief through these pages, slaying zombies. Hopefully that gives you guys a better idea of why you need Prelenders, how to think about the Prelenders, identifying the belief gaps, and then choosing what type of Prelenders to create. If you guys have any more questions, whether that is on Prelenders, creative strategy, CRO, or anything you may need to hit your 100K day in Ecom, we run an elite consulting community for brand owners doing over 100K per month called Evolve. Within, there are 300 plus members who do anywhere from 100K per month to $10 million plus per month. So far, we've helped 14 of them inside scale their brand past 100K per day, because we're every day inside there showing the behind the scenes of what's working, what's not, to help you break past your plateaus and scale to the next level. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave the link down below in this video. Check it out. Thanks for watching.